welcome to a playthrough of Liberty or Death, the American Insurrection. So my brother and I are playing the game, 2 players and 2 bots. I'm playing the Patriots, he's playing the British, and the French and Indians are controlled by bots. So with that, we will jump into the action. Okie doke. Well, I'm basically going to follow the, oh, Jesus. I was like, I'm going to follow the bot and pass, but that's going to let you play that event. It's not that I can do, though. I have 0 resources. There's like literally nothing else I can do. I guess this is in some ways, maybe this is in some ways accurate, right? The French are like just leaving me to wither on the vine here. Rotten. This is where I wish the French had played this event, then you'd be ineligible.
Well, you don't have any place with 3 militia.
Does it have to be? Does it have to be exact? Like you can only pick a place with 3 militia? Or is it? I guess it doesn't say up to.
Yeah,
It's an
I don't
interesting
know.
question.
That's a good question. That would seem weird.
Wait,
Let's say 3.
hang on. There's probably.
Decide if you agree.
Yeah, so I mean, so here's the thing: an executed text events that can be implemented must be, if not all of its text can be carried out, implement that which can. So I mean, I would take that to mean it's like that. Okay, you can't do 3, but you can do 2.
So that feels like I can either place 2 Tories in New Hampshire or Massachusetts.
Yep, that is I think correct. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you could also do it in Pennsylvania if you wanted, or Virginia. I mean, but you can, yeah, you can't replace 2 with 3. I think 2 with 2, right?
Got it.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know.
No, I bet you're right. You don't.
Yeah,
I think you pick your place and you just do what you can.
yeah.
Um. Last. Oh God, Sully, killing me.
What's the dog doing?
Just barking away.
Oh, noise canceling is proving effective. I had no idea.
Yep. All right. Well, I feel like once again, I mean, the only choice I got is either pass or, since I can do a special activity,
Right, you can F and I.
I can F and I and try and get something.
There you go.
I got 3 that time.
See, it's averaging out correctly.
I'd be curious to track that, but it doesn't really matter because the rolls are what
Well,
they
at
are.
least in the last 2 rolls, it has.
That's correct. So feel like the most effective muster might be Blah, blah. What I'm thinking is muster here. And can basically do, oh, Jesus. That, correct? I can muster
Think so.
like that. Then, and that was one resource for the muster. In one selected muster, replace 3 cubes with 1 fort,
There you go.
or by loyalty. Interesting challenge. Don't know if this makes sense or not, actually. I don't think I am one of this.
He's trying to decide between fort and support.
Fort and support, and if I'm going to not do a fort, should I put them in another place?
I mean, this is certainly a place you need to think about if winter quarters comes up, right?
Yeah. And that's part of what I was thinking, is trying to get the fort down in order to. So if they place there.
So you only place one
Think
Tory? You place 2 Tories, right?
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Not going
If
crazy.
they did that, however, I'm going to change and do.
Wait, hang. Explain what you're doing.
I did a muster, but I did one muster here and one muster here instead.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why I spent 2 resources.
Got it. I got it. I'm with you. I'm with you now. Sorry, my bad. I thought that was all part of the one muster.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I spent the 2. Then in one muster space, you can do that. Right?
Yes.
I'm limited to doing that in one space.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's, I think, it, because I already did my special activity.
Yep.
And I couldn't muster anywhere else because I only had 2 cubes.
Right.
Unbelievable.
No.
Well, so the Indians move any own units sharing a space with that faction.
Oh, this is ugly.
Is it?
Well, the problem is I have no way to prevent you from playing this card. Like, I need the French to pass, but they won't. Because that card is really bad. But the French don't care. Oh, actually, yeah, they don't care. See, again, this is actually one place where I think the bots have like future bots have actually gotten better.
Yep.
So, for example, in I think it like People Power, or maybe it was Red Dust Rebellion, like the French would look forward to this event and be like, "Oh, that's a crucial event for me, so I'm actually going to pass so that I can take that event." Like they'll actually do that, whereas there's no.
I'm a little surprised nobody's gone through and done a revised bot.
Yeah. Because this is really, I mean, this is a place where the French really should. Well, so are the Indians going to play that event? They are going to play that event, right?
Well, That's a good question. I'm
They
trying
are
to figure
because
that
because
out.
it's a
So,
musket.
well, the musket doesn't mean they play it. It means it's different rules.
Oh,
The sword means they play it.
all right. So wait a minute. Remind me
No,
what is that
is
event?
opposition greater than support? Yes, and it doesn't, but it doesn't shift anything, right?
Select a space share and move per the march instructions. Space shared with an enemy faction. So that's New York.
They're not going to move away from their village. That would make no sense.
Okay, but what is going? I
There's no
mean,
way they'll do that.
the funny thing is, I'm not entirely certain based on this that you're right. Because
Well, I think I have to roll a die regardless if that's the case, because it's none of the other stuff.
it's not ineffective. Because
Right, but
it
that's the 5 or 6.
it would have an effect. So if any of opposition is greater than support, that's not true, right? And well, it doesn't
Nope.
ship support. Doesn't place a
It
village.
doesn't
Doesn't.
shift.
Yeah, I think they're rolling, which is. I mean, the sad thing is that the effect we're talking about is moving this unit, marching that unit, which isn't particularly effective, but it does meet the criteria of it changes the board state.
Notice that their march says without moving last war party from any village.
All right, well then it's ineffective. So let's move on because
Do you agree?
I do completely agree. Completely. It's ineffective because they wouldn't actually do it. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. Yep. Good. Okay, thank
So
God.
they're going to move on. Support plus a D6, which is possible. So I rolled a 2, so it's not greater than.
So they're
So
going
it's
to
a
raid.
no again, so it's a raid again.
But
maybe.
Well, they don't. Raid doesn't require hidden war parties, right?
It does not, I don't believe.
So I mean,
With or
literally,
adjacent to underground war party. It says raid opposition colonies with or adjacent to underground war parties.
ah,
So I don't think there's a raid territory I can do.
oh yeah, because you have to activate something.
Yep.
Well, that's not
Well,
100% true. You can move one guy from here to New York.
oh, that's I keep forgetting about the new. Well, no, hold on. But then at opposition, it's not at opposition.
New York?
Oh, sorry. Yep, I'm looking at Pennsylvania. Yeah. So I think that is what they would do then.
That is what they would do.
Another raid. 3 raid markers. Now, if it drops to 0, if possible, plunder.
But I don't. But I think they'll trade as their special action, even though they're not going to raid again. We know they're not
It
like
says they plunder first.
But I think we did this last time, and they can't plunder because Patriot resources are 0. Oh no, they're
No,
1.
Patriots passed.
Okay, so yeah, so you plunder there.
So I think they plunder.
Great.
But I remove a war party. I'd rather trade it. Maybe, maybe not. Felt kind of silly.
Did. We're kind of getting into a place where it's making a lot less sense. So will the French play this event?
That's a good question.
Select a space shared with an enemy faction, then move per the march. But I don't think I share. Oh, I share one space, so I can't march from it. I don't share a space, so
Yeah.
it's not a. Oh no, I share this space.
Yeah, New York.
So I'm probably rolling a 1d6 also.
I had to guess.
Actually, let's see if they're March. Lose no rebel control. Nah, I won't. I
Report.
won't do it because I would lose rebel control. Oh, actually, I don't
Yep,
have rebel control. No, I do because you can't do it without British there. Sorry.
correct. You should have
All
rebel
right, so
control.
they won't do it either.
Yep. So, no, they definitely. So now, Treaty of
So I
Alliance.
think
Yeah,
they're gonna march.
maybe.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna march.
Yep.
But where are they gonna march to? Let's see. March possibly at rebel control
First
first
to
in
cities.
cities with the most British pieces.
I don't think you can march to a city, right? They're
Uh,
not like the French and just move,
no, no, no,
or
no,
the
no, no,
British. I
no,
mean,
no, 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 no. Well, no, no. From New York, I could go to. No, I can't go. No. So I don't think so. Okay, so we're not going to a city, and we're not going to a place with most British pieces. What the fudge? I don't think this is confusing. So let's walk through this. So add each first within each first. Okay, so basically, so I mean, at the end of the day, I think what we've got to do is we just got to do a random selection, and they're going to move a unit either from Boston, Massachusetts, or Philadelphia to one of these empty provinces.
yeah, New Jersey or
Connecticut,
Connecticut. That's
you
it.
know, or
Those
New
are the
Jersey.
only options,
Oh, is that the only options?
aren't they?
Yeah,
Those are the
Pennsylvania.
only
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
uncontrolled.
Yeah. Okay, so odd is New Jersey.
And then we got to figure out where from.
No, I think from New Jersey can only come from
So,
Philadelphia.
well,
And
and it's Connecticut. So Massachusetts or Boston, right?
yeah, and they both have the same number of French regulars, so
Yeah.
odd it's Massachusetts. So they're gonna go for Massachusetts.
Oops.
Oh, sorry, my bad. So after they
Okay.
march, what do they do? Then I'm
March.
gonna do naval pressure, right? Because there's no skirmish possible. None of this crap is true inside of here. Um,
I think you're right. So back to, well, it's random. No, no, it's going to be, what
Norfolk
we
or
got, Charlestown or Norfolk?
odd is Norfolk. So Charleston.
Charleston it is.
Charleston. Just gonna drop support by 2. Nobody likes anybody here. Like this, these scores are very low. All right. Well, this is. I need winter quarters here, pretty much. Otherwise, this is gonna be a nightmare. Yep.
So I don't know why the British wouldn't play that.
Me neither. I mean, the only reason not to do it. No, you do it in some place like New Hampshire,
I mean, why wouldn't they do it in New York
Pennsylvania.
City
That's because they're not militia. Oh, is it Continentals too?
or Continentals?
Oh, fuck.
Why wouldn't I do
You
that?
would do that.
Yeah.
See, this is where, like, this is just ridiculous. This is just silly.
And I think it's just replace them,
Yeah.
right? It's just
Yep.
that. So I would think the British would do that.
Thanks, French. Good job, French.
But now you get a command and a special activity with all your
No, I
resources.
don't. I pass. I can't do anything.
You
Is this?
can.
No, I can't. What can I do?
I, you can
I
do
got nothing.
persuasion first and get resources and do something if you chose to,
Yeah.
right?
I've only got two places where that's true. This is interesting. I really wonder in like if I had a human, like, would the French literally leave the Patriots this bereft in a real game? It's an interesting question, you know? Because in a real game at this point I'd be like, well, I'm never changing. I wouldn't do this because I'm like, nah, because you're being such a dick to me. I'm not changing opposition, so you can't win.
Right.
Like it's an interesting. It's like, but it's futile, you know?
Yeah. I'd be curious to spend a little time on Board Game Geek and see if anybody has come up with some revised bot functionality. Are you passing or are you
No, I haven't
not sure?
decided yet. I don't know. What I am doing, I gotta be, if I can be honest, is kind of losing interest.
I get that. My,
It's just,
I would argue we've only got one more round of doing this, and then
yeah, I kind of just want the
so
end
I'd be
here.
curious to see how it lands. But right now, it feels like it's going to be a French victory because,
Yeah, I think it is going to be a French
right?
victory. Yeah,
Oh, actually, interesting. No, the Indians are currently winning.
Indians are currently winning. Oh, by this thing?
Yeah, the Indians are winning because of this. If the yeah, the end game scores, if the game
Yeah.
ended now with nobody winning, the Indians would win.
All right, one
How
second.
fascinating.
I'm not going to pass. I'll do what I can. So I guess we will do persuasion. Let's see. Is that right? Rebellion control and underground militia. So I get two resources, right?
Yep.
Then then I guess I'm gonna rally once. Maybe I'm gonna rally once. I'll just place a fort in New Hampshire. It's like we're getting down to like crazy time now. There we go. So we'll see what happens here.
Ironically, yep. Well, now that tied the Indians with the French at the end.
Either way, we
So,
lose.
yeah. It's kind of ironic. All right, so it was winter quarters.
So nobody has a victory. So now we do supply.
So the British are going to be in trouble here.
So you've got here. Do blockades matter in this situation at all?
It
British
just
aren't in
says
trouble.
British can cubes are in supply, a space with a British fort or a city with British control. It says city with British control, so I don't
You're
think the
fine.
blockade matters.
So these two spaces are the only two where you have any issue.
Yeah. Be honest with you, I'm thinking of just removing. And I don't know how smart that is. This goes down to neutral, and that one goes to. But the reason I'm doing that, David, if I recall, I have to have one resource left for the West Indies for something, right?
No, kind of. You have to. Well, these units will go back to.
If you want any of your units to remain
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Do you? It's the last turn of the game.
That's a good point.
Like, if it were me, I'd pay the resource here because that way I
I'm
can't
going to
shift
pay the
control there.
resource there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to lose. You're going to lose everybody in the West Indies, but you know.
Yep.
All right,
So that's the British.
Patriots supply. What is Patriots supply? I can't remember anymore.
Yeah, Patriots space with a Patriot fort or a colony or city with rebellion control.
So I'm okay because
that guy, but he's only one.
Yeah. Control this guy, but he's only one. Every place else I've got control that I got units, basically.
Yeah. So the French supply a space with a Patriot fort, colony, or a city with rebellion control. So I think
they're fine. Yep, they're fine.
The Indians, no villages on the map, place a village. Indian war parties in supply if they're in a space with a village or an Indian reserve province. So I think this is my guy.
This is the only guy who's in trouble here is in Massachusetts.
And North Carolina.
Oh, Massachusetts, yeah. So what happens to them?
So I move them to a space with a village, I believe.
Does that have to be like closest or something or any space?
It's a good question. It says, if not, move to the nearest province with a village.
All right, so this guy's going to go to Lake Erie, and that guy's going to go.
So why wouldn't he go to why wouldn't he go to New York?
Oh, good point. You're right. He probably would go to New York. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. All right.
So I think that's me. Yeah. Now there's a West Indian.
Yeah. So I have two. You're rolling two dice, and you have one.
So
I have two. You have two dice. You roll two dice and add one. Right?
What am I adding the one for?
Cubes.
Because I also have a -1 for defending.
Sorry, I forgot about that. So you're 0. You're rolling two dice, right? And you got no modifiers. I forgot about that you get a -1 for the blockade too. Wow. So you lose one.
And then I had I was a -1. You said.
I had 2 because I have cubes and a blockade.
Okay. All right. And then, interestingly, now because I can't keep my troops there, do I not get the +5 for control?
You wouldn't get the +5 for control. You can give this province back if that suddenly matters to you.
Yeah.
I can see why it would. You'd want to spend them for for support.
Exactly.
I can see why that
British,
would matter.
especially with as few cities as I now have.
Yeah.
So number of cities +5, so that's 5. That's blockaded, so that doesn't count. So I've literally just got 7.
Yep.
That's not very much.
Patriots.
Indians.
Oh, Indians, go ahead. Yeah.
3. Patriots, number of Patriot forts plus half the rebellion controlled spaces, which is a lot.
Not too few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So I get 6.
Yeah. So just, and then the French,
Nothing. Or do they get
F and
something?
I level.
Oh, so they get one. Their
Is F and
resources.
I?
Just should
It
be.
should have gone up to 1, right?
It was at one, wasn't it?
It was at 0. I just moved it.
Oh, it should have been at one when that blockade
Yeah,
went down.
yeah.
Yeah. It'll come down in a second.
Plus the population of cities not British controlled.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
So that's
one,
1, 2, 3. Two. Just two.
2. Here. So 2 more.
Their resources don't matter, though, really.
Yeah.
Because they can't spend them on anything. Support
So
phase.
support phase. Now we can spend.
Yep.
So I feel like New York is a logical place to spend some resources. And so is Delaware. Good God. Maximum of 2 levels. So I can spend 2 to shift it in New York up to
Yep.
passive support. I can spend another 2 to shift this to full support.
Yep.
Right. And Savannah's my other spot that I can shift. But the current number is, I basically have 12, right? Because this doesn't count.
Right.
And you have 6. So you're not gonna get it to a victory, and I'm not gonna get it to a victory.
I don't know. I think you may be. So right now, I think you may be. I don't know.
And when I say that, I can't get it. I can't get it in this move. I could get I can get 2 more resources, and
what do you mean you get two more
right?
resources?
I mean 2 more. I could get 2 more support.
Yeah.
And that's all I can get.
Yes.
Meaning I can't get this gap to where the game ends right now.
Well, the game's going to end right now anyway, I think.
Why?
Because isn't this wait a minute, am I missing something?
No, there's a whole deck
Oh,
left.
I thought that there wasn't a whole deck left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
That's why I still agreed with you that the one originally the one resource I don't care about the West Indies next turn.
I thought, yeah, for some reason I thought this was like literally game end, but sorry,
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
So I think that's it for me. So now you can do.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit on my resources because like the French are assholes. I'm serious about that though. I don't see like at this point I think I need to.
So leader change would be
The French, but I think they've already changed. They've got Rochambeau.
So they cannot change again.
Oh wait. Yeah. No, they can change.
Oh no, they're going to Luzon.
Luzon. Duc de Luzon.
Additional +1 to the defender loss level when French attack a space. So
bloody. He's bloody.
Bloody Luzon. Luzon.
Yep.
The other question is, do you want to redeploy Washington?
Oh, I definitely want to redeploy Washington.
Is the Indians. So Indian redeployment. Redeploy Corn Planter to a passive neutral province with 2 or more war parties and room for a village. So he would be moving
New York.
nowhere.
No, New York.
Oh yeah. Yep.
France.
If not, move to the space with the most war parties.
Would France redeploy? Sorry, it's not there.
Redeploy the leader to a space with French regulars and continentals if possible. Within that, to where there are the most French regulars. So he's right where he belongs.
Yep.
Oh, and continentals, but there is no place for
There's no place. Yeah, there's no you took the only 3 continentals off the board.
Yeah.
Replaced them with Tories. So I'll redeploy Washington to Massachusetts.
Makes sense.
Think that I can put these back now.
All right. And then the British are, I'm not going to redeploy the British. House seems to be where he should be.
Yep.
No British release. F&I down a level. Blockade comes off. Cranks me up 2 more. Now, desertion. 1 in 5 militia.
I have so few units on the board.
What is that?
10.
10, so 1.
1.
Well, this guy is actually, in theory, is controlled by you guys
True,
now.
yes.
So I mean, I feel like it's going to be one of those two. Actually, let me check. The Indians, remove a Tory.
That's a good point, yeah.
Hold on.
First from
Remove
village spaces.
Patriots first from village spaces.
Then to remove the most rebel control, which is going to be either that or Pennsylvania.
So random.
Oh, no.
Is what it's
most rebel control.
To remove the most rebel control. Pennsylvania or North Carolina. They both are 2. Oh, what is rebel control? Well, control is.
Yeah. Did you put him back on the board? Where did he?
I just put this guy back.
Okay, so it's basically, I think it's odd even between Pennsylvania and North Carolina.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's even. So
we had it right.
I nailed it.
Then Tories desert.
So
there aren't a lot of Tories on the map. There aren't many Tories on the map either. There's 5 on the map, I think.
So, yep, there should be 5 on the map. So you get to remove 1.
Just remove this one from Savannah for no good reason. Actually, no. No. They're actually, sorry. I'll remove them from here.
There's a better reason?
Yeah, because now the French hypothetically will move into Maryland and Delaware, right? Because they can actually, like, take control. Actually, they won't, but hypothetically, it makes it easier.
So that's the desertion. Then we're going to remove all the raid and propaganda. Everybody's eligible. Move cubes to available. Flip all militia and war parties. That's it for me. Reveal the deck's new top card. That's it right there?
Yeah.
Two Tories, shift 1 city, yeah, to passive opposition. That's a big shift.
Yep.
Potentially.
All right.
If the Patriots or Indians are ahead in their second, so who is ahead? I think probably the Indians.
The British and French are tied. Oh, no, the Indians are ahead. Sorry. Wait, are you? You're at -8. You're as bad as me.
Oh, I think because the Patriots, I think the Indians just lost 2 resources, right? The Indians are ahead in their second victory condition.
What is this?
By having more villages.
Oh, yeah. So you lose 2 resources.
It's this line. So easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Well, at least the British they won't trade with you, but you can get resources from them. I don't have that luxury with the French.
You can get one from them, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to keep? I probably got 30 minutes.
No, this is a good time to stop.
Yeah, I agree. That's my thinking too.
Thanks for joining us for this playthrough of Liberty or Death, the American Insurrection. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be great if you could leave a like and definitely leave comments, especially if you spot stuff that we're doing wrong, but also with things like what other games you might like to see come to the channel. And if you are enjoying the channel, it would be great if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we produce new content. And we will see you next time on Agility Snips Gaming Table.